Back to the drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the live free sports fix for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. So let's take a peek at who's on the show here with us for today. All right, with us today will be Brian Abiller, Kirk Stewart, got Kevin Thomas with us, Javon, also got Rod Zawacki, Jay, a late scratch today, late scratch. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. We'll lead off here with Stewart, then Burtz, Bittler, Thomas, Zawacki, then I will close this one out. All right, baseball on the board today. 14 games remaining after the Reds held on for that victory as an underdog against the Cubs. Also single from the NHL. We got 4 on the WNBA. We're going to get WNBA coverage here on the show today. So let's get it underway. Welcome in Kirk Stewart. We'll catch him over at Pick Dog Spin. We'll bring Kirk in right now. We'll find out about what's going on with Kirk on the channel with this video series that he has up there. You've seen him with Gordon. Also does one solo as well. Let's see. We'll get him here in just a second. Kirk, what's happening?
Not too bad. How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go to the WNBA tonight. Ion on Fridays. Wings at the Sun. Now we see the Sun here about 8.5-point favorites, total 162.
Yeah, I mean, the Sun have been the best team in the WNBA this year. They're 6-0. They're coming off a 70-47 victory. They're first in defensive rating, second in offensive rating. I mean, they've been the complete team. They're At the beginning, I thought it was going to be the Aces and the Liberty to be the favorites, but the Sun are definitely putting themselves in that conversation. The Wings are 3-2. They have the leading scorer, Ogbawanale, who's averaging 29 points per game, but it's only on 36% shooting, and they're 10th in defensive rating. I just think the Sun are too good of an all-around team. The Wing are going on a tough road trip as they have to face the Aces, the Lynx, and the Sun. I like the Sun to just keep rolling here at -8.5.
All right, we have Kirk here on the Sun laying here in this game 8.5. I'm looking at some of the. We're seeing some movement here in this one. No, we're not. We're seeing the Sun here sitting around 8.5. There are some 8s there, but mostly 8.5. So go ahead and do your line shopping here with this Connecticut Sun. I know there are a lot of talks here about the Aces. And of course, the Liberty, the two teams that we saw last year in the final, the two teams that we saw in that money game. But you really think this Sun can give Liberty some run there in the East, and maybe pick up that big payoff game in Vegas later on.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they have Alyssa Thomas, who was the runner-up for WNBA MVP last year. They have Carrington, who's been playing really well. Bonner. They have a really good three-point shooter. They've made some acquisitions in the offseason to complement how their team's playing, and they're just showing that they're really all-around team. I don't think anyone expected them to start the season like this, but they're really putting themselves in the position to show that they might compete with the Liberty for the Eastern Conference this year.
Yeah, because last year it was the Liberty that won the offseason, right? They were the dream team, the so-called dream team that were coming in, and this year it looks like the Sun is trying to. Sun pretty much won the offseason, although there was a lot of talk over these draft picks, with these top draft picks going to bad teams.
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark, I mean, she's been putting up numbers, but probably them and the Mystic, the worst two teams in the year. I'm fading both those teams until further notice. So, I mean, it's fun to watch her, but, I mean, that team is terrible.
Yeah, there's definitely talent discrepancy there. And what's going to happen, you say, in a couple of years when they add 2 more teams in this league?
Yeah, I mean, it should be fun. I mean, only, I think, 13 out of 28 of the people drafted actually got signed by teams. So it's good for the league. It's good for those players that are getting drafted. They'll actually hopefully make some teams. So I think it's good for the sport.
Yeah, the Aces just cut their first round pick. That's tell you how it's hard. It's hard to get into the WNBA. A lot of veterans in there, and you can understand why, because you just see the muscle development, the physical. It's a physical game out there. People, now, if you watch it close enough, there's a lot of contact, a lot of screen setting there, and these shooters have to fight through them. And a lot of times, they're running into some pretty hard bodies.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually at the opener between the Sun and the Fever, so I saw Caitlin Clark's first game, and it was rough out there. I'm not going to lie. I think Clark had a rude awakening of how different this game is than the college game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, we got Kirk here on the Sun and laying the 8.5. Find it over on Ion. All the games on Ion tonight. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, 4 on the board from the WNBA. We also have 14 games remaining in Major League Baseball after the Cubs and Reds come to conclusion. Single on the ice. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've been in a little bit of a slump in the MLB, but climbed my way back up there. Started the year pretty profitable, now down just a little bit. Got a 3-pack up for tonight's games. Also have a 3-pack for the WNBA. But my big play is tomorrow, Champions League Final. I have a 5-pack. I've been studying this game for about 3 weeks, so 5 plays that I really love. So make sure to grab that. That's already up for sale. And if you want 3-day, 7-day, now's a good time to lock in as the NHL and NBA is also coming to a halt.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Kirk Stewart over at Pick Dogs. The long-term pass. So you guys like that 3-day pass here on the weekend, loaded here with the soccer action, WNBA, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. Get on board and use that promo code PICK at checkout, and you will save that 15% off. All right, Kirk, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening. Just alerted here. An alert came across here. It looks like the Tyson Paul postponement. No.
Really?
Yeah, there's something just breaking here. So hopefully that can happen again. An ulcer flare up here for Tyson. So postponement there. It's sad to see because I was really looking forward to that fight in July.
Yeah, no, that was going to be a good one. Did they say when it was going to be postponed until, or just?
No, just initial indications, probably on Tyson's health. He just had an ulcer flare-up, so you got to wait to see when the doctor gives him the A-OK to return back to training. So that's just coming across right now. All right, Kirk, have a great weekend, and we'll catch up with you again next week. But I know sometimes you pop into those weekend shows.
Yeah, I think I won't be there this weekend. I'm going to the Red Sox, so I think they have an early game tomorrow, so I'll be on next weekend for sure, but I'll be on the drive-through Monday.
That's drive-through, and of course we can catch those video series. You got video series coming up here with the soccer as well as your own.
Yep, I have the video series, free picks for the Champions League, and I also, now that the NBA is winding down, I choose my 3 favorite MLB games and tell you whether I go over and under in those games and give you the parlay if you want all 3 of those games. So MLB over-unders and soccer picks.
Check him out. Like, subscribe, set notifications so when Kirk drops those videos, you get them right away. All right, Kirk, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
Yeah, Kirk Stewart here on the drive-through. Let's continue here on the drive-through, guys. Let's get back to our chat pick of the day. And tonight, it's Oilers and Stars. We don't have we're covering this one but on the prop side, but you guys can come in and give us the side or the total. If you like the Oilers, plus 109, it's letter A. The Stars, minus 123 is letter B. Over 5.5 is C. Under 5.5 is D. It is our chat pick of the day. All right, keep these picks coming. We will track this throughout the show. And, of course, we know that the chat has been on a tear here of late. Doing great work here with this chat pick of the day, producing winners here on the show, which we appreciate. And, of course, we will have the winning pick for you guys here, or the chat side here at the end of the show. Right now, we are seeing some support here for the Stars here. A lot of support for the Stars. Already the first 4 in. You can see the one I like. So we're getting a lot. I don't know. I know Rod's coming in, but he hasn't signed in yet. So hopefully he hasn't seen this right away. But it's been a lot of stuff. Well, we got another support here for the Oilers. You know, it's 4-2 now. Seeing that support come in here on that chat today early on here on the Stars, and another one here for the Stars, 5-2 here as Ronald Oldham comes in with his pick. All right, let's continue on the chat here on the show. We're going to continue on and welcome in Javon. We got some more WNBA coverage here early in the show for that for those 4 games on the catch. Javon over at Dodge Print, where he's doing fantastic work. We'll bring him in right now as we're heading into another big weekend of sports. Let's see if we got him here. Just a second here. Javon Burtz. What's up, Javon?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right. It's that time of the year. We're going WNBA with Javon here on May 31st. Mystics and Liver. Hey, it's in the back end now, right? We got it in the back end. It's grading, so you're going to see a lot of premium picks from the Cappers here with the WNBA. We got a lot of TV coverage. You can find these games. And it's not a lot of teams to keep an eye on, so that helps out a little bit. It's not like baseball where we got to figure out 30 teams with each team has 5 starting pitchers. You guys 150 starting pitchers out there plus the bullpen, so a little easier here. Mystics and Liberty. The Liberty 13.5-point favorites, total 160.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the Mystics in this one. It's just one of those things where you have the better team who can't cover spreads right now. The Liberty, they're 5-2, but they're 1-6 against the spread, 0-4 against the spread at home, and they had, it's one of those things where so a couple days ago when they last played, they played the Mercury. The Mercury had came off that blowout loss against the Sun, and it was just a second out of back-to-back. It was a spot where they should have got blown out again by the Liberty. What happened? It was a 3 or 4 point game. Matter of fact, it was a 3-point game, 81-78. So it's just one of those things where even in the optimal spots for the Liberty, they're having a tough time, taking teams out or putting teams away. Not winning by margin. Let's just say that because they have won by, double digits, but it'll be in the low double digits, and they've been getting monster spreads like this, which they can't cover. This line actually opened up at 15.5, so you know where the money's going if it drops, a full 2 points. So with that said, they're facing a Mystics team who, let's just say they're the worst team in the WNBA, but they play hard. They're 3-1 against the spread. And, you just got to take the points and take the value when you're seeing the favorite not being able to cover spreads. It's really that simple.
All right, we got Javon here on the Mystics plus 13.5, kind of like with the Aces we've seen. Of course, they caught the Fever the other night. Fever was on a back-to-back, and it's interesting to note here, we're seeing a lot of games in this situation with travel spots, back-to-back spots. So some of those things come into play. Not so much here, but again, these top tier teams laying these big numbers. That's a tall order sometimes for these teams early on.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely is a tall order, and until these top teams, they right the ship and blow these teams out, like the like the betting markets, have them set out to do as far as the spread. Then we just got to keep on fading these favorites. It's really that simple. They're giving us layups, and you got to take it to the rack sometimes. You know what I mean? So, and it's been basically since night one. Where these underdogs been cashing. They're by far the worst team, the least talented team, out there. But the way these players they compete, they don't take any nights off. And it's advantageous for us bettors. That's basically to say the least.
And I will say this: you get into the late stages of the game, I'm telling you, the Mystics bench players got to be looking over their shoulders because we've seen these teams cut players because there is a lot of talent pool. There's a talent pool out there that can't even get in the league. So if you're riding the bench and you're coming in, you are definitely being evaluated here because they've got their scouts out there looking at some of these players that have been cut that just can't get in the league. So you're going to get an honest effort even from these scrubs off the bench from a team like the Mystics.
Yeah, absolutely. And the expansion is needed, and we're just like you said, we're going to get a couple more teams into this league. And with the arrival of Caitlin Clark, whether she passes or fails in this league, it just has a lot of eyes on these WNBA players. So they're and the league in general. So their best bet is to accept it and embrace Caitlin Clark because she's heightening the awareness of this league.
Yeah, and I will
and
say
it brought a lot of money into it as well in the betting markets and in the general public.
Right, and of course we'll keep a look at women's college basketball next year. We'll see what happens as we get into their tournament and see who if there'll be another Caitlin Clark or if there'll be another good draft class. Keep pumping in a couple superstars in this league every year, and before you know it, 5 years from now, you're looking at a monster here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this, the WNBA, they've had a lot of talent, come into the league, since its inception 28 years ago. It's just that they haven't had a player who captured the attention, the public at large, like Caitlin Clark was just a perfect storm, with her. So, you've had your Rebecca Lobos, your Sue Bird, your Diana Taurasi's, Cheryl Swoops, you know, just to go up and down the list, Lisa Leslie's, and real stars, you
Yeah.
know. But if you're not, if you're just a casual fan, you're not gonna know these people. You're not gonna know these names. You know what I mean? If you're someone that's into sports like I am, and I'm not really even a WNBA watcher like that. I'm more of a I got my finger on the pulse of sports in general, so I know these names from the college ranks, and then don't say going into the WNBA. When I'm probably on off nights in baseball. There's really no off nights in baseball, but I'll take a sneak peek at what's going on in the W. No question that's been since its inception. So, you know now we're getting a heightened awareness of these players, and to see what they do, and with the rise in sports betting.
Oh yeah,
everyone
that's it.
everyone wants to bet on something, so
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
so it goes hand in hand.
Perfect storm there.
It goes hand in hand.
Caitlin coming in, legalization coming in. That's kind of the perfect storm. Of course, the NBA, they used to show their NBA playoffs in tape delay until Magic and Bird changed everything. And that's kind of where we're having our Magic Bird moment here with the WNBA. Mystics here plus 13.5 here against the Liberty tonight. Ion 7:30 Eastern time. All right. Let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium tonight's action, Javon. We'll see what we have going on tonight as we have action from baseball, 14-game card, 4 from the W. We also have single on the ice. Javon 3-1 in hockey, but I think he's retired in hockey this season, I think, with the Bees out. But you never know.
Yeah.
You never say never. You never say never. So we have going over at Pick Dogs Premium.
Yeah, hey, listen, if I see an absolute spot where it's money to be made, I might have to pull the trigger, but probably not. But I got a 5-pack going in MLB. I was on a real hot streak. I was on a 19-4 MLB run, and a lot of those were plus money, so it was real crazy. But last few days I let it slip, not so much because I'm into playing plus money dogs, and so I'll take my shots with that. And if I get smacked up, it's not gonna be as bad as taking a big favorite or something like that. So looking to bounce back, in that got some juicy dogs in that one. I maybe 1, 2 or something like that. But yeah, check me out on certain long term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. I don't have anything for the W yet. I'm just putting in parlays. I hit a couple parlays in the W, so far in this early season. But I haven't put out anything, for the premium. But that's coming. Believe that, especially when the finals end. Gonna be looking for other sports to dabble into. So, ask me what one of the other handicappers for the 2-4 cap promotion. You can't go wrong here in Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed with Javon Brits over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board. You guys like that 3-day pass for the weekend, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good action here. A lot of baseball on the board with Javon. Of course, use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off, right? Javon, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you next week, but we can catch up with you on the weekend shows and, of course, your video shorts as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Banging out the video shorts, daily. I've let it slip in that one too. I haven't hit one in a while. I was hitting them at a crazy clip. Going consecutive days, 3-4 day winning streaks on those parlays. But I haven't hit one in a while, man. So it's time to start hitting those again. You know what I mean? And one thing I do want to say about those video shorts is that they're parlays. I'm not putting them out as single plays. It's the difference with parlays. Because if one loses, they all lose. It's as simple as that. So, you got to treat parlays differently than you treat single bets. You know what I mean? Just something that I can't say for a 60-second short.
Right, absolutely. All right, Javon, have a great rest of the night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow here on Drive Thru and catch you on the weekend show.
Absolutely. Have a great one. I'll probably see you tomorrow. You on there?
Yep, on there tomorrow.
Right. I'll see you tomorrow. But we'll be back on the drive-through on Monday.
You got it. Javon Burt's here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue here on the show. I'll be there on this Saturday show with Javon and the crew with the morning show on Saturday. All right, guys, here is chat pick of the day. Looking to bounce back from the chat. Everybody was on Arizona yesterday. But of course, Gallen gets hurt, tweaks his hamstring. I don't think it was so much Gallen. It was the hitting couldn't come through for Arizona in the bullpen at the end. Yes, it was our man Ron Crawford, and somebody else was on the Mets side. We had just two folks on the Mets. I think we had like 16 there on the on the Arizona, including myself there. So we'll see how we can bounce back today here on chat pick of the day. Oilers plus 109 is A. Stars minus the price is B. Over 5.5 is C. Under 5.5 is D. That is our chat pick of the day. And right now it is very close. 7-on-7 now. 7-7. Also, it was Justin 1890 was he who had the Mets. That was who had the Mets. Only Justin 1890 and Ron. Those were the two on that Lone Island yesterday in that chat pick. All right, guys, 7-7 now with this is a close one here with Oilers and Stars. We do have one going under, so we did get a total. We didn't get a total yesterday. We got one here today. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Time now for Brian Biller. We'll catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. We'll bring in Brian in right now. We're going to go with baseball. Brian, what's going on?
Tell you what, great Friday night. Glad to be hanging out here with all my friends at PickDogs.com, especially my batch brother, Kevin Thomas, coming up next. Yeah, good night. A good weekend of sports coming up for sure.
Yeah, a really good weekend here. A lot of baseball here on the Diamond. The hockey series have been exciting, right? We're guaranteed at least 6 games in these hockey series, so everything looks good. We got some interleague ball here. Yankees on the West Coast facing the Giants. This is a nice one here. Yankees and the Giants, after facing the Angels, they move up Northern Cal to face San Francisco. We see the Yankees $1.28. The total is 7.5.
Yeah, for my drive-through play Friday night, I'm looking at, like you said, the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. Giants, rough start to the season, but I think they played good baseball as of late, winning 7 of the last 10 games. Yankees played yesterday an 8-3 winner against the LA Angels, but they are on a back-to-back spot. Giants were off yesterday off a home loss, but so they do have a little bit of a rest advantage here. Jordan Hicks has consistently been giving the Giants 5 strong innings almost every start this year. I think the biggest difference in this game is the pitching, with the Yankees coming in with the best ERA in baseball. Giants, though, have been a good first 5 team, winning 15 of the last 23 games. You'd be up about 9.9 units there. But for me in this game here, I'm going to take the Giants on the money line and sprinkle a little bit on the first 5 as well. So Giants money line is my play tonight.
All right, Brian's going Giants money line here in this one against the Yankees. We got Jordan Hicks, a pitcher who's put up some solid numbers. I don't think a lot of people know much about Jordan Hicks. Is a 27-year-old who's kind of bounced around the St. Louis and was with Toronto last season, but was pretty much just a reliever. He got 8 starts in 2022, kind of one of those up and down pitchers, but he seemed to find himself here in San Francisco with 11 starts, and he's put up some solid numbers. And again, I'm bringing up this angle from reliever to starter because, Brian, we know the difference in salary when you're just a middle reliever versus a starting pitcher. When you get that starting pitcher job and you have an opportunity to start and you have a good year and you're on you're able to contribute with good numbers. His contract's full of a lot of incentives here. It really helps the pitcher.
Yeah, look at Ranger in the Philadelphia Phillies. He was a left-handed relief pitcher for the Phillies, and now after this season, his next contract, if he can keep it up, that's going to be solid. Same with Jordan Hicks. I think he used to be a setup man, or definitely the bullpen. The guy can touch 100 miles an hour if he can put a couple pitches together. He's going to be. You can make a lot more money as a starting pitcher than a spot reliever.
Yeah, he goes about 5 innings, right? So again, the bullpens will be in play here. Of course, the Yankees with a good bullpen. The Yankees, a team that's really dominated right-handed starters, almost winning almost 20 games over, approaching 20 games over 500 here against the right-handed starters. But there's something about this ballpark. Some of these American League teams, especially these slugging teams, right? The Yankees with this home run power. I always find it's a difficult transition when they go out to the West Coast and play in these pitchers' parks like Seattle, San Diego and San Francisco and Oakland.
Yeah, that might be a big reason why you were seeing a much improved Hicks is the San Francisco Giants ballpark that he gets to play half his games in. Same could be said about Yankee Stadium with that short porch. Juan Soto, is he going to be able to hit a home run tonight off of Hicks? We'll see, but definitely the pitchers benefit from playing in San Francisco.
Absolutely there. So we got Brian here going to be on the Giants plus the 119 here against the Yankees. This one here, we're going off tonight here at 10:15 Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Action on the board tonight from baseball. We got another 14 games on the board. After the Reds with a big dog victory tonight against the Cubs. We got single on the ice, 4 on from the WNBA. Of course, Brian enjoying a great NHL season this year, 2,478 units of profit. And we got a couple series, at least going to go at least 6 games. So there's some action this weekend in hockey. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I'll tell you what, my best bet is my titanium play. It's in the NHL tonight where I'm on a 16-2-1 run, 89% over my last 19. My titanium overall, 108.75 and 60% winners, last 184. Get that $25 titanium over at pickdogs.com. Or get my Square Dance 3-pack that includes that NHL play. I got 1 NHL, 1 WNBA, and a Major League Baseball today. That's plus money, so you guys take advantage of that. Or pair me up with one of the all-star handicappers, including Kevin Thomas here, my arch rival, to put us together. We'll definitely make you some cash this weekend.
That's right, guys. Get over with Brian Peller over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results here from Brian. You guys like that long-term pass, that 3-day pass on the weekend. Brian's baseball. Hockey picks. We're guaranteed hockey, right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So no better time than now to get on that 3-day pass. And, of course, as Brian was mentioning, the 2-for-1 cap promotion. And pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. Right, Brian, it's always great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week on the drive-thru. But, of course, we can always catch your video series here as you like to pretty much go with the sharp contrarian plays and also looking here at your appearances on the weekend show.
Yeah, definitely about to shoot my video for tomorrow. I want to get off of here, but I'll be on Sunday. I'm signed up to have some fun with the weekend guys, hopefully argue about some sports, and then I'll see you on Monday for the drive-thru. Should be a good weekend.
Should be a very good weekend. All right, Brian, have yourself a great night, and we'll catch up with you again on the show next week.
Thanks for having me, Tone. Catch you later.
All right, Brian Baylor here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, let's continue here on the show. I got a comment. Yeah, I should get some drive-thru. I got to find some adhesive they put on there. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Chat pick of the day. I'll give you an update on this. We have 8 folks on the Stars, 7 on the Oilers, 1 to the under. That is where it's at right now. We haven't got Rod's vote in there yet. He just signed in, so I'm pretty sure we're going to be tied very shortly. Again, it's A for the Oilers, B for the Stars, C over, and we got D for the under here with the chat pick of the day. And we'll continue to track this. And we just got another one in here for the Stars. So the Stars are getting popular now, up to 9-7 here. As our man Danny comes in, our man Zagolian comes in with the Star side. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. It'll be time now to welcome in Kevin Thomas. Of course, you'll find Kevin over at Pick Dodge Premium. We'll bring Kevin in right now. Ready to roll here with some more baseball from Kevin. And find out he also conducts a video series here on the YouTube channel for Pick Dogs. So let's see if we get Kevin here ready to go here in just a second. Here we go, Kevin. Kevin, what's happening?
Hey, not much, Tony. How you doing?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. You're going to be looking at it, the Astros game tonight, so we're going to go ahead and move the chains here, and we'll get to the Astros as they're going to be face Twins. Twins traveling to Houston here with the Astros favored $1.13. We see the total coming at 8.
Yeah, at first this wasn't a great game to pick, and then I saw that plus 104 on Minnesota. And it kind of led me to the Astros. And then when you start breaking everything down, it starts with pitching. Pablo Lopez, as an LL East fan, we've seen him enough with the Miami Marlins. I kind of felt bad for the guy because he pitched a lot of gems and then got traded to the Twins in 2023. He's struggling the last 3 games. 15 innings, 25 hits, 16 earned runs, and only 14 Ks. That's not the Pablo way, but that's the way we're going to cash, because on the other side, even though the Astros have pretty much all their pitchers on the injured list. They still got Ronald Blancho going, and this guy, first game of the season, a no-hitter. He's got the stuff, and all we need is 7 solid innings from him, and we can take this win. -113, I think, is a steal. The only thing for me is when I found out Jeremy Pena, I know he's been struggling, but at 5 at-bats against Pablo, he's got 3 hits. That's hard not to have in the lineup. I know he's like 1 for 18, so they wanted to give him a rest day. So I'm expecting Altuve out of 6 at-bats. He's got 2 hits against Pablo, so I even have him as a prop. Got him -120 for the hit run. RBI over 1.5, -120. But we're going to go ahead and take the Astros. I mean, they're 25-32. They've been stinking all season, and it went from a 105 to 115 in a hurry. So I don't know if the odds makers are baiting us into taking the Twins, but that's what I'm going with. I'm going with the Astros here, -113 at home.
All right, we got Kevin here on this. In this one tonight, we'll be on the Astros here, -113 here against the Minnesota Twins. Of course, you get a couple here with the Twins. There's some flaws here with the Twins, right? They're having struggles against right-handers. They've not been very good as an underdog on the road, almost losing 2 out of every 3 in this price range. And the bullpen, right? On the road, about an ERA about 4.5.
Yeah, and then throw in the Lewis injury a couple months ago. I mean, what a stud that kid's going to be and was. I mean, he had like 2 or 3 grand slams, and then he gets hurt again. I mean, he can't stay healthy. But Royce, I got one of his balls signed over here. I need him to play so he can make the value of that a little higher. But the Twins, they got a 31-25 record for a reason, so it's hard to predict them. I just think this is a bad matchup, especially with Pablo struggling here.
Yeah, the Twins have been really beating up on the bad teams. When you look at their record against losing teams, it's pretty impressive here. But I think Houston might be a team that may, again, they have some quality in them. They may turn the corner here. Of course, when you look at the pitchers on the injured list, it's almost a starting 5 for another. You could create a starting 5 for them.
That is correct. And my thing is with the Astros, I can't believe how bad they started, but we know this is a veteran team. And my thing is, they got rid of that catcher, McAdoney. He was horrible. And, Diaz, he's filling in nice. So I just don't understand, the run production. I know the bullpen has been not so good, but I don't get it. I think it's a team that kind of like the Cardinals back in the, early 90s and stuff where they would just, have a medium record, and then all of a sudden they're in the playoffs, every year in the playoffs. So I think that's what we're going to get with the Astros here. But I think this is more of a must-win for them at home to start this series.
Yeah, we saw the Diamondbacks, right? Mediocre until August, right? Hot August, hot September, hot October. And so that could work, especially now when you add more wild card teams.
Yeah, well, you got and the Phillies choked that Arizona series. That Arizona series was a choke. I mean, those guys were swinging out of their shoes, their cleats. I don't get it. They all wanted to hit home runs because Castellanos hit 2 home runs here in one game, then all of a sudden they couldn't hit nothing because they're all swinging for the fences. I hate that. I respect Arizona, the small ball, running hard. I respect that. It hurt that I think the Phillies could have won a World Series, but it hurts. Yeah,
that was a rough one there. But we got Kevin here on the Astros here, -113 against the Twins tonight, 8 Eastern time. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. A lot of baseball still to go. 14 games remain on the board. Single on the ice, 4 from the WNBA. Having a great past 7 days, 472 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, you can still get my premium MLB, premium WNBA, and premium hockey pick all going after the show, so you got time to get on that. 7-day, 30-day, 3-day, whatever you like. You can partner me up with any of the guys on this show or anybody on the Pick Dogs handicapping experts. Go over there, check that all out. I do a show every day for the Pick Dogs YouTube. I mean, tons of subscribers. You're getting tons of free stuff. It's free. And then there's links that take you right over to the website, and you can see all the hot leaders, who's top, who's hot right now. It's like when you go to a casino and you're on a craps table. If someone's hot, that's when you're betting. it runs out eventually, but right now I'm hot, so let's keep betting together.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Kevin Thomas over at Pick Dog. Great results here last 7 days. Multi-capper promotion is the way to roll. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off, right, Kevin? It's always great having your show. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week, but we can always catch up with you here. You show up sometimes on the weekend shows, but we catch you here on your video series.
Yeah, it looks like I'm free this weekend, so I'm going to go ahead and look at the sign-up thing. Probably sign up for Sunday. I try to look for the guys that are more like me. nice, quick answers and get it rolling. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully, I'm on there Sunday, and everyone make sure to, like I said, subscribe to the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. It is absolutely free, and tons and tons and tons of content.
Absolutely, guys. Like, subscribe. All right, Kevin, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you, Tony. Good luck to you this weekend.
You as well. Kevin Thomas here on the drive, so we'll continue here on the show. Guys, if you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's get on here. Chat, pick of the day. If you like the Oilers, it's A, B for the Stars, C for the over, D for the under, and it's getting really close here, guys. We've got 10 on the Stars, 9 on the Oilers. We've seen that Rod has already chimed in. So, guys, get your votes in. We'll tally this up and update and announce our chat pick of the day at the end of the show, so keep these votes coming in. All right, let's continue on. We mentioned Rod. He's up next here. Rod Zawacki. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. He's going to be good to us here on the drive-thru with his show picks and, of course, the bonus selection. And, boy, he's been handicapping WNBA for us as well for a couple of years here on the show as well. Let's bring him in right now. Of course, CFL's on the it's coming, getting closer to as well. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Getting ready, big game. Game 5. It's like the winner of Game 5 in a series. One of these series are tied 2-2. Goes on to win the series, about 78% of the time. So this is a massive game for these two tonight in Dallas. Yep. Excited. Big game.
Big game tonight. And it's huge here. There's no doubt about that. And we've just, as Rod signed in, we're now even Steven on the chat. So everyone's split on this game. Oilers and Stars head-to-head here. The Stars, $1.22, total 5.5. But you'll be looking at this one a little differently on the show.
Oh, I'll tell you my side and how I like on this game, too. I'm not too, you know me. You always get a little more. So I looked at it. I think you meant I like the Oilers and I like the
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay, I'm sorry.
So it's like a 2-for-1 with me here. So we know, everybody knows I'm cheering for the Oilers. Come on, let's go. It was a huge game. It's like we've seen so many times that nobody wants to take the 2-goal lead in this series, or even the 2-goal lead in the game. The team that's come out hot and that's gotten up 2-0 in the last couple of games has lost the game. As we've seen, the Oilers got down 2-0, came roaring back and won the Game 5-2 in that one. In Game 4, tie the series. Now we're coming to this one. But the big news of the night for what everybody's watching is Tanev going to play for the Stars in this game. Well, Pete DeBoer is saying that he's definitely optimistic that Tanev is going to play in this game. I think the biggest thing, can he get his foot back into it, the skate. We've seen him in a walking boot heading to Dallas, and basically, if his foot can swell enough to get him not to get back into that skate, I think he plays tonight in this game. I'm not too worried about it, though. You look what the Oilers have done so far: 23 straight penalty kills, playing great hockey. The coach made some changes, and those changes definitely showed up, and the Oilers looked even better on the penalty kill than what they did. Sure, the first couple goals, Skinner looked a little bit shaky. But for me in this one, I think that that momentum carries right on into this one. That Skinner did look shaky, but on the road, he's been better on the road than what he is at home. That hometown crowd can definitely get anybody riled up and put a little bit of pressure on you the way they get loud. And here in Dallas, I think a little more pressure is back on Dallas here in this one. The Oilers at this plus price? How many times have we seen the Oilers at plus price this season? Not very much. Not very much. And when I see it, I'm going to jump all over it. Give me the Oilers to take the 3-2 lead in the series. And I like Leon Draisaitl. We know what he's done all playoffs long, and that's score goals. And he had a little slump. Broke out of a slump last game. I think he breaks out of the slump again. It gets a nice anytime winner on that goal. get Leon to get us a goal.
Leon to get the goal here in Oilers, a money line here in this one. Of course, you have to really like that. Boy, I'll never forget the look on that Edmonton Oilers face when Oilers went down to the older guy. That look of disbelief when the Oilers fell behind 2-0 in that game. But man, in this type of series, the Stars were looking at a 3-1 series lead, up 2-0. Things looking good. But man, Edmonton with 5 straight on them. That was pretty impressive.
I was like, wow, okay, I don't count them out. I was like, they always got to get the next one, just like they did to them. Especially with that 2-0 goal was kind of like another poke at Darnell Nurse, because the 2-0 goal, somebody shot it right off his ass, and it went right into the net to make it 2-0 for Dallas. I was like, man, he didn't even aim it at the net. He was like, I'm going to aim this right off Darnell Nurse's ass, and it went right off his ass and in. And that lit a fire under Darnell Nurse's ass, because I think he laid about 16 hits after that in the game. So you definitely, I know as they call it, the news media in Edmonton has now been called the meat. So the meat of the news media in Edmonton, definitely, they're hard. They no leeway for the Oilers players from the meat of the news media in Edmonton. They gave it to Nurse, and he stepped up. So I think he steps up here as well. I think this whole Oilers team steps up. And with Tanev out, even if Tanev's in there, that taking a puck off the foot, you're gonna be a little more apprehensive to stand in front of a Kane shot again. That's for sure. So, but I really do think he can get his foot into a skate, and if it's not broken, broken or not, if he can still do it, manage it. That it's a hockey player. He'll manage it and get in the game. So I'm not too worried. I think Tanev gets in this game, and no matter either way, I think we're. I like the under 5-2. I think 3-2 again. As I said on the morning show, I plopped in there and I said 3-2. Connor McDavid scores the overtime winner. So there's another bonus for it. Take Connor McDavid to get an anytime goal as well.
Anytime goal. Just some of the other props at the in regulation here at plus 165. I think I need more than that. Yeah.
But I like overtime. I think this game
like overtime draw.
Another sniff overtime. Yep, 2-2 heading to overtime.
Plus 320.
Yep. See, plus 320. Got to go with a little, and then the Oilers win it in overtime. So we get the plus 320. We get the plus 110 or plus 111, plus 112. Shop your book. Get the best of the number there. Leon, I believe, is at about plus 130, plus 140 in spots. McDavid plus 140 in spots as well. Clean house. Oilers.
Of course, Oilers even money here to win this series. Stars minus 120, despite having home ice advantage. I find that interesting here. The Stars just minus 120 with two of the next 3 games here at home.
Well, exactly, right? They do have the home ice advantage still. They got 2 at home here. All they got to do is take care of business, and they'll be punching their ticket to the finals. But the Oilers are coming down, and they're going to take care of business.
And if you're looking ahead here, if it's an Oilers and Panthers series, the Panthers would be a $1.35 favorite. But if it's the Oilers and Rangers, the Oilers would be a minus 120 favorite in that series.
Wow! So if it's the Panthers are favorite.
Panthers are favorite, $1.35.
Oilers versus the Panthers. It is. I would like to see the Rangers tomorrow, but I don't know. I think they had their opportunity and they missed it. Definitely had their chance to win that game, and I think they might be done.
All right, Rod. Of course, we covered 2 WNBA. We got 2 WNBA picks on the show today, Rod. More times have changed, haven't they?
Times have changed.
Times have changed. 2 cappers came with popular picks. So we don't have the whole board to you today. Aces and Dream. Can we dream for the dream? Can we fade the Aces again? Aces about $8.5, 172 total.
Yeah, for me in this one, I think that's the way to. I like the under here. I think you look the Aces on the road slow things down, and they pick up. They slow the pace of the game down. You look the Aces 4-0 to the under their last 4 on the road. The under 6-1 in the Dreams last 7 playing on 1 day's rest. I think if the Dream had a couple more days rest than just the 1 day rest here in this spot, the Aces are 1-6 ATS the last 7 playing on 1 day's rest. So at 8, it's close. You got to fade the aces. Give me the dream plus the points in that one as well. But I like the under too. I think
You can
we got
find
a low
nines.
scoring one.
You can find nines out there.
Oh, then definitely. If you can find a 9, scoop that up. I like the 8.5 too. I still think I think the Aces win, but they win by like 3 or 4, like they normally
Typical
do.
Aces.
Slow-paced
Typical
game.
Aces.
Typical Aces, yeah. Just cruise across the finish line. They're not worried about an ATS win. They just want the win, and then most likely get the win. But I like the under too.
There you go. The other there. Okay, the other one I covered, a Mercury and this Lynx. What are we going to get from the Mercury here against Minnesota? Lynx disappointed a lot of people, right? They had the home dog, didn't get through. Lynx here, 7, 6.5, a total 164.5.
Yeah, and you look at this Lynx team, they're playing pretty good. Are these Lynx team in Mercury on Friday night? Not by me, Mercury on Friday night. They're 0-7 ATS their last 7 on Friday night. They're also 5-14 ATS their last 19 versus the Western Conference. And this Lynx team, they've been rolling 5-1 ATS their last 6. Friday night, 6-2 ATS their last 8 on a Friday night. This Lynx team looking pretty good. Surprised some teams and so far early this season. Definitely been a solid ATS team. That's for sure. 5-1 on the season ATS as well. So I'm going to lay it with the Lynx. I think they win it by 10 plus.
10 plus there. Going to lay it there with the Lynx, says Rod Zawacki here. As I was trying to look here for some numbers here. We do have something here in tomorrow, right? We got some Canadian. Actually, there are some lines for Canadian football, if you can believe it, for tomorrow, Rod. But you're going to stay away from preseason?
Let me have a look at this preseason. Who's going at it?
Montreal, Ottawa.
We're looking. Edmonton's taking on BC, right?
Edmonton,
in
BC.
Preseason work. What's the spread you got on that?
I got BC 8.5.
Yeah, see, take the Elks plus the 8.5 in that one. I think that's too many. I think BC wins by a touchdown.
They're playing tonight, actually. Yeah,
they're playing tonight. Actually, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
That's the Friday. That's a late night game tonight. Yeah, take the Elks tonight. Late night game. If you want, there's an earlier game taking on Calgary's taking on Winnipeg. I can guarantee Winnipeg's the favorite in that one too. So take Calgary. Take
Calgary favorite 7.5.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, they're favorite 7.5. Are they playing? Is it a true home game? Because I know sometimes they play in alternate stadiums, right? Sometimes.
No, it's in Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg. So
all right,
it's named Princess Auto Stadium now, but yeah, it's in Winnipeg. So true home game. That kind of scratches my head. There's something going on there. What's going on? I would have to take Winnipeg plus. Even Winnipeg's backups are pretty good. So yeah, I don't think Calgary's going to cover 7.5 on a Friday night in Winnipeg.
All right, there you go.
That's a weird line to me. Yeah, I got to take Winnipeg plus.
We're a few weeks away, Rob. We're not too far away from week 1 of the CFL.
Yeah, correct. And Winnipeg's they got some good guys back. They got a good QB going. They got running back. Oliveira's back. Watch out for Winnipeg. I like Winnipeg to win the Grey Cup again.
There you go from Rod Zawacki. Rod here on Oilers Moneyline, Leon Dressel, anytime goal. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for tonight's action. Baseball on the board, 14-game card. Singles on the ice, 4 on the W. You're doing great work over the last 7 days. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've been on fire last week, so definitely jump aboard. Now's the time. I got my MLB bookie bomb. You can scoop it up, my single play in tonight's MLB action. $19 play, scoop that up. Or I have my 10-star NHL sniper play of the day. You can scoop that up singly as well. Or I've got an MLB bird cage. Or, it's Friday, so you get everything included. Grab Steak Friday, where you get the MLB bird cage. You get the NHL sniper play as well. I got 4 MLB plus the NHL play. Scoop it up, Steak Friday. Or, we know it's Friday, grab that weekend pass. Use that 3-day pass. You'll get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll have Monday thrown in there early. So don't forget to use that promo code PICK at checkout. Join me this weekend as we continue to crush the books. Excited. Big games in MLB as well. Some nice spots to make some money. So join us. continue to put that cash into your pocket.
Yeah, that cash in your pocket here with Rod Zawacki over at Pick.com. You see great results.
It's
Get
getting
on board.
pretty ripe here.
Pretty ripe there already. Yes, I know, Raj. They get it over there. No doubt about that, Poor Connect. So get on board with Rod. Promo code PICK. Save 15% off. All right, Rod, it's always great having a show. But of course, you got the video series up there. You go A to Z from the NHL. And of course, Ron League. We'll also catch you on the weekend shows as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Tune into those. Make sure that you've subscribed. And definitely, tomorrow's hockey will be up momentarily. You can also check out the video that we got going on tonight's hockey as well. So definitely make sure you check out those archived videos over at Pick Dog's YouTube. Definitely so much content going over at Pick Dog's YouTube now. Definitely want to check it out.
Check out all the content out there. Like, subscribe. All right, Rod, have a great rest of the week. We'll catch up with you again on Monday out here on the drive-thru. And enjoy.
You as well, Tony. It's getting kind of scratchy here, so we know it's getting late into the NHL playoffs, and the Oilers are still there. So definitely, I'm excited. Can't wait. Big game tonight. Everybody, have yourself a wonderful Friday night. Crush the books. Catch everybody on the drive-thru on Monday. Catch everybody, the rest of the Big Dog fam, on the weekend. Tune in. Should be a good weekend of action as well. You don't want to miss out there. All the Big Dogs crew there.
Don't miss it at all. All right, Rod Zawacki. Have a good one, Rod. Rod Zawacki here on the drive. So let's keep an eye. This chat pick of the day is very close here. We've got, if you like the Oilers, plus 109, it's A. B for the Stars, minus 123. C over D under. We do have one under today. We've got a total here. We didn't get a total yesterday. Right now, it's close. We have 11 on the Oilers, 10 on the Stars. We're keeping this open here for just a little bit. We got another one here on the Oilers. So the Rod is pulling in the Oilers here. We got 12 now on the Oilers, 10 here on the Stars. We'll recap this in a little bit. If you already voted on your chat pick, now you can put your show pick into the chat. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Let's get to my pick, and then we'll close out the week. All right, let's get into my game here. Do we have it up there? Nope, it's not this one. It is this one. Yeah, Rays Orioles beginning momentarily. And my play will be here on the under 8.5, under 8. Let's see where we're at on this one here. We've got some of the CFL is just kicked off right now as we speak. What do we got here in this game? Where are we at on this one? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're looking here. 8. Yeah, grade me on the 8. Actually, there's some 7.5s now popping up. Yeah, this is going to be 8 for sure. So grade me on the 8 here with Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Let's see here. Look at my notes on this game. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, we got Savale against Suarez and Tampa Bay, and their bats have just been ice cold right over the past 7 games, just 195. Baltimore at night, just 222. The Rays, when they face these elite teams with a 620 or higher win percentage, they've gone under an 11 of 13 against these weak power teams that average about 0.9 home runs per game or fewer the past 3 seasons. They've gone under in 45. They're 45 and 27 to the under. So against these teams that lack power to the fences, Baltimore has trended heavily to the under, and against these elite teams, the Rays have trended 11 and 2 the end of the past 2 seasons. Of course, we're getting good bullpen work from Baltimore at home. Kind of weak hitting here from the Rays. Baltimore as well in their night game. So we'll go under a total of 8 in this one. Guys, check out Pick Dodge Premium. We've got a lot going on. I got a best bet on the board tonight from baseball. 3-pack from baseball. Also have a late night pick from baseball. 5 premiums on the board for me from baseball right now. Get on board with them. Or get my long-term pass. Remember that 3-day pass is a good value there. Get all my premium plays for that period of time for the weekend. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, let's get to the recap here for today's show. All right, recapping. We have Kirk here on the Sun laying the 8.5. Javon was on Mystics plus 13.5. We had Brian on the Giants plus 119. Kevin on the Astros minus 113. Rod Oilers money line and Leon Drassil anytime goal. We have yours truly here, Rays Orioles, under total of 8 runs. Grade me on the 8. The one I like the most, we'll go here with Kevin's Astros tonight. All right, let's keep an eye on this chat pick of the day, guys, before we close it out. Right now, it's very close. We are getting some more votes coming in. We got another one here on the Oilers, and that's where it sits right now. So we're going to close it here. It is the Oilers. Edmonton Oilers is today's show pick. So the chat pick of the day is the Edmonton Oilers 13-10 over the Stars. We did have one other total, so we've closed out the chat pick of the day. Oilers tonight. All right, guys. Now put your show picks into the chat. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live. I'm sorry, tomorrow is a weekend show. I'll be there at 10 a.m. Eastern time. But tune in again here on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern time for the Drive Thru. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pig Dogs and Sports Chat. We'll get our plays for here in real time. Remember, on the weekend shows, Jay host at 10 a.m. Eastern time. A lot of the cappers here from the Drive Thru will be joining him along with Mitch. Also, make note of all the video series. We have Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, his betting tools show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals. Also, we have Jay's NBA jam session, pick from the NBA. Of course, around the league here with Chris Ruffolo with his NHL picks. Of course, Rod goes NHL All Access. He'll throw a parlay in there for you once in a while with his NHL video series. Also, we got Kirk with his soccer video series. Also, WNBA in there as well. Brian goes contrarian sharp angle plays from Brian. Javon is shorts series. Kevin as well with his video series up here on the Pig Dogs YouTube channel. And of course, Mills with his UFC rundown. Of course, his prop shop. You can find that here. Runner Melly with his baseball breakdown. We got Big Al McMorty All Access. And of course, we also have Dana Lane with his Against the Public, and many more video series up here, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you get notified when these videos drop. All right, let's go here with the show picks from folks in the chat. Bo Dunn likes the Mets, -105. Ramon likes the Mystics here, tailing with Javon. Blake likes Oakland here, taking the 1.5 against the Braves. Let's see what else we have here for today on the show pick. Let me see here. Show pick for Ron Crawford. We're the Minnesota Twins. Ron Crawford on Minnesota Twins tonight. Dream money line from Aubrey Travis. Money line here from Lando 86. Money line with Dallas. Beer money hints over 2 points plus the 305. Lando 86 there with his show picks in this one tonight. Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what we have. Any more here? This will be your last call here for the show picks. Going to do one more refresh before we close it out. And let's see what we got here. We did mention Aubrey was on the Dream. We've got a couple more coming in here with Clyde Drexler, Dustin Poirier, money line plus $4, and a capital punishment with the Giants tonight against the Yankees. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for your contributions. Let's bring in our crew here from tonight. We'll wake up out of guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening,